citizens. And for those reasons, Madam President, I would hope that my colleagues could join me in supporting this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Winfield.
Thank you, Madam President. And as slow as I was to rise on the last bill, it's as quick as I am to rise on this bill. First, to Senator Coleman for his work, thank you. To Senator Kissel and others around the circle, thank you. To the governor for putting the bill out there, thank you. I arrived in the General Assembly in the House in 2009 after winning an election in 2008. And a lot of my time here, at least initially, recognition was about the work I did on the death penalty, but immediately began working on the issue of the school drug zones. And in 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and this year have worked on school drug zones. It is an issue that is important to me because I represent, as one of the cities I represent, New Haven. And in the city of New Haven, like many of our more dense urban environments, there's not very many places where you can possess or deal drugs where you would not run afoul of the school drug zone penalty that is currently in statute. It's called the school drug zone law, right? That's how we refer to it. And we refer to it because the conversation is really about not just some bad people doing some bad things anywhere, but about them dealing drugs to or at least around our children. But in my city, if you're at my house, there's no school that you can see right there. There's no school anywhere near my home, from what I would consider near my home, and yet you would get this penalty. And so while I think this is a fantastic bill, it does at least part of what I want us to be doing. That's the problem with the bill. It does part of it. And the other part of it, the more difficult part, is something we really should be wrestling with. And so sometimes we get up to talk about this is not the policy we should be doing, or this is the policy we should be doing. And sometimes we get up because it's an opportunity to remind us that there's more that we need to do. So I will gladly push the green button on this bill today. But this General Assembly really needs to deal with the more difficult part. Because if we think to give people a second chance is to deal with those people who have a health issue, and to leave those people who have whatever issues drive them to deal drugs out to be thrown away, because kind of that's what you do when you don't get a second chance. You commit a bad act and you immediately are thrown away because that's what the felony does. You can't get a job and all of the things we talked about around this circle. If we think that that is creating a second chance society, I would tend to disagree. Creating a second chance society would be dealing with those people it is difficult to deal with. Those people who we see as the bad guy. Those people who we throw away. And by the way, if we're really concerned about the schools and the children, and I've said this before, then the law that we would create would take away my issue with school drug zones. Because the law that we would create would make the child the drug zone. And therefore, you know, anytime that someone dealt drugs to a child, no matter where they were, 4,000, 8,000, 10,000 feet away, they would get the enhanced penalty. And you know what? We have that law in the books. So the smartest thing that we could do that would ensure that all of our children were safe would be what we've already done. So there would be no issue with reducing the drug zones for the sale of drugs, the more difficult thing to do. And I implore this legislature to make sure that if we're concerned about all of the children in Connecticut, that the children in New Haven, Hartford, and the more densely populated urban centers are just as safe as the children anywhere else, and we make no one less safe than they already are. That is what my hope is for the future. Thank you.